Cyril, threw me under the bus. I mean, on that day, should have handled the matter differently. Because remember, the issue of us attacking Julius, it was a caucus of the ANC that took a position.
You lie.
I'm telling you, they said no, we're going to attack him.
Oh, there's no way.
Yes, and
there's no way I can tell you to.
I'm telling you, and the only person who can attack him is Boy. They said Boy is fine today.
It was deployment.
Yeah, they said today you're going to be what you call a duty whip. Yes, yes. Remember, I was a whip already at that time. I agree. When you have committees, you have whips. So I was a whip for Sports, Arts and Culture Committee, and then they said no. Today, when you're going to be a duty whip. Duty whip meaning you will sit next to the president and the chief whip and so on. So when there are issues, you'll be the first to.
It was not bleeding there.
It was caucused, that thing. It was caucused, and then, of course, I might say it backfired. It was caucused, and then they said no. We're not immediately when he speaks. In the middle of his speech, must stand up and ask him about the issue of abuse and other things and so on.
And in its deployment, you can say no.
Sit down.
So you agreed to formulate lies about him?
No. Of course, there's a court decision, so I can't say it's a lie or whatsoever. So there's a court decision to say no.
You were just doing politics.
I must never ever speak about the matter before, but we raised the matter that was relevant at that time. The only mistake that I made was to raise the matter outside Parliament. Remember, in Parliament, I was protected by the laws then, everything. You can't sue anybody for saying anything in Parliament. You can only be sued if you repeated the same allegations outside. The mistake I made was to repeat the same issues or allegations with Sowetan. So that's how they caught me.
and I think the ceiling mistake was for you not to withdraw and apologize.
No, I withdrew, but remember they wanted me to apologize in their own ways.
Just to say what?
No, to say I lied. I must never ever repeat this. Remember I apologized willingly, so to say, no, brother, I apologize. These issues, I heard them from certain people, blah, 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 and so on.
Former ANC Member of Parliament, Boy Mamabolo, accuses Cyril Ramaphosa of throwing him under the bus. Hello everybody, welcome back to IZWI LABANSUNDU, the voice for Africans, the voice of the people, the home of fearless political commentary, honest conversations, and unapologetic analysis of South African politics. If you are new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to join to become a member, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss our content. Today, we are talking about a very explosive political accusation coming from former ANC Member of Parliament, Boy Mamabolo, who now claims that President Cyril Ramaphosa threw him under the bus. This is not just another ANC internal fight. This is about loyalty. This is about political survival. And this is about whether the ANC leadership protects its own people only when it is politically convenient. Because Boy Mamabolo is now speaking like a man who feels betrayed. And many people are asking, was he abandoned? Was he sacrificed? Or is this simply a disgruntled former politician trying to remain politically relevant? Let us unpack this entire situation carefully. Now, the background. Now, for those who may not remember clearly, Boy Mamabolo was one of the most controversial ANC MPs in Parliament, the National Assembly. He was known for his aggressive style, he was outspoken, he was confrontational, and he often defended the ANC leadership publicly, especially during difficult political moments. Whether people liked him or hated him, one thing is true: Boy Mamabolo was one of the ANC's loudest defenders. He fought political battles on television. He fought political battles on social media. He fought in parliament. And he consistently defended the ANC against criticism. But today, the same man who defended the ANC so passionately is now accusing the leadership, particularly Cyril Ramaphosa, of abandoning him when he needed support. And that accusation tells us something very important about how politics works inside the ANC. Now, the accusation. According to Boy Mamabolo, he feels that he was used by the ANC and later discarded. He claims that while he was busy defending the movement publicly, senior ANC leaders remained silent when controversies surrounded him. Now, this is where the issue becomes politically interesting, because in politics, loyalty is supposed to work both ways. If a politician sacrifices their reputation defending the leadership, they expect protection in return. But Mamabolo is now suggesting that when pressure mounted against him, the ANC leadership, especially Ramaphosa, distanced themselves from him. In simple terms, he feels betrayed. He believes he fought for the organization, but the organization did not fight for him. And honestly, many politicians inside the ANC quietly feel the same way. The culture of sacrifice in the ANC. One thing South Africans must understand is that political parties often sacrifice individuals to protect the image of the organization. This happens everywhere in the world. When controversies becomes too damaging, parties sometimes isolate certain members to avoid political embarrassment. The ANC has done this many times before. When individuals become politically toxic, when scandals become too loud, when public pressure increases, suddenly the organization creates distance. And some people inside the ANC now believe that Cyril Ramaphosa's leadership style is heavily focused on protecting the image of the presidency, even if it means abandoning certain comrades. That is why Boy Mamabolo's accusation is attracting attention. Because he is basically saying, I defended you, but when I was under attack, you left me alone. That is a serious accusation inside liberation movement politics. Ramaphosa's leadership style. Now, let us be fair and balanced here. Supporters of Cyril Ramaphosa would argue that the president cannot defend every controversial politician inside the ANC. They will say leadership requires discipline. They will say public accountability matters. And they will argue that individuals must take responsibility for their own conduct. And to be honest, that argument also makes sense. Because if the president publicly defends every controversial figure, he risks damaging the credibility of the government even more. So from Ramaphosa's perspective, distancing himself from controversial individuals may be a political survival strategy. But the problem is this. Many ANC members now feel that Ramaphosa only protects people who are politically useful to him, and this is true. That perception is growing. Look at how it's protecting Senzo Mkhulu. Some believe there are double standards inside the ANC. Some leaders survive scandals, others are abandoned immediately, and that creates bitterness. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Tebus Kosana. The name of the platform is IZWI LABANSUNDU, Kamakuma Africa.